Hello everybody, welcome back guys to another box office video for the Super Mario Bros. Movie update on its 4th weekend. So right now I'm on Google and let's check out the Super Mario Bros. Movie together, shall we? So let's go down to Wikipedia. And we are going to see about how much money the movie has officially made. So I'm going to tell you guys it's a big shocking number and you guys would love to see this. So I will give it to you guys in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The movie just passed over $1 billion. I told you guys at the Super Mario Bros. I told you guys that the Super Mario Bros. Movie will pass $1 billion. And it's right now at $1,036,000,000. And guys, let me just say this. This film has officially passed a lot of animated films. And yeah. And let's go see what we got here. Okay, let's go to the box office mojo. Go to worldwide. Let's hit here. Let's do this. So let's do this. So on Friday it made 8,800,000. It made over 8,600,000. No, 8,000. No, 8,900,000. So like around $8,896,000,000. Like when I can't speak. $8,896,000 on Friday. On Saturday, it has a big $18 million, like almost 18,200,000, almost close 18,200,000. Sunday, it also has a pretty big weekend. It has a pretty big number on its on Sunday, and on Sunday it made 13 million. It made $13,745,000, and from yesterday, it made over $2 million, which is pretty big. So how much money did this made by the end of last weekend? It made like around 41 million. It made over close $41 million on its 4th weekend. And yeah, this film is doing amazing right now, I'm gonna say. Because let's look, because if you guys don't know, guys, this movie has officially mailed itself to Japan, which right now for Japan, it's right now at, you can see right now for Japan, it made over $16 million. It made over $16 million from, it almost made $16 million in Japan. And yeah. So now look at this, okay? The movie almost passes $500 million demonstratively. Like, it almost just made over, of course, guys, like this, okay, guys? Like this, okay, guys? It, like, hey, for them to shout out, I'm recording right now. So, yeah, I just want to say that the Super Mario Bros. Movie is right now at around 500, like, it just almost goes past $500 million. It literally, in a month, almost just made $500 million in the United States alone. And that's why I really enjoy about this movie, is because this movie was fantastic. This movie deserves that $1 billion. And yeah, and let's work right here. Let's go here beside the list of the highest grossest animated films ever. Okay, right here, we have every animated film from the top 50. But yeah, but we really want to go. Oh wow, it is at 47. I wish Raleigh was up more, but no, we're not talking about that. We go up to the top 10. So, when I saw on Sunday, the Super Mario Bros. Movie on Sunday, it passed $1,022,000,000. Guess what? The movie just made an extra $33 million in Jericho. So, yesterday it was 1,200,000,000. Like yesterday it was $1,026,000,000. So yesterday it passed Zootopia 1, which Zootopia 1, the first Zootopia, is now at the number 11 spot, which is like the worst box office, which is the worst $1,000,000,000 animated movie at the box office, which is like, it's successful, but it also got this. So yeah, and then yesterday it made a pretty, and then today it made a pretty big number today, yeah, in Jericho. Today, now, last night it made a pretty big amount of money. I said that, why not last night? Why not? I was thinking about this yesterday. Why not the Mario movie passes 2 movies yesterday? Well, it did. It passed the number 10 spot for Finding Dory, and it defeated Despicable Me 3. And now, with the movie doing pretty good, it's at the number 8 spot. So today I want to talk about my predictions and talk about. So right now, the movie only has 7 more days until, well, of course we get. No, so let's talk about these movies and see if what the Super Mario Bros. Movie could pass. So yeah, so we have the Super Mario Bros. Movie right there at the number 8 spot. Let's talk about the next film we got. So the next film that the Super Mario Bros. Movie has to pass is Toy Story 3. Which Toy Story 3 is right now at $1,066,000,000. Pretty much now, if I click on it, that's not actually the number. If I stupid, it's just my internet is not very good. Yeah. The movie just, okay. That right there, so pretty much it said, it's pretty much, that's not really the official number. The official number of Toy Story 3 is, like the number of Toy Story 3 is around, $1 billion. So, Toy Story 3 is not at that number. Pretty much, Toy Story 3 is over $1,067,000,000. So, if we think about this clearly, okay? If we think about this, okay? The movie can literally pass Toy Story 3 by the end of today. By the end of the box office that's happening today. And maybe tomorrow. I have no about tomorrow. I've been thinking maybe tomorrow. I've been thinking about, because I recorded this on May 2nd, which is Blue Steve Games 50's, which is Blue Steve's birthday today. He's turning 13. And yeah, but tomorrow, so I'm going to say May 3rd or May 4th. It will, okay. I could possibly say May 3rd. Somewhere around the evening of May 3rd. Somewhere between the last few numbers, the Tuesday numbers. After the Tuesday numbers have officially come by tomorrow, they're officially going to come by tomorrow. But I'm going to say, because the movie only needs to make $12 million. It has to make over $22 million. And yeah. No, I lied. The movie passed. Okay. So pretty much right now the Super Mario Bros. Movie has to pass like $31 to $22 million. it has to make like another extra 21 to 22 million dollars, which I could possibly see that by the end of this week. So by far, I'm gonna say Tuesday. I'm gonna say by the end of tonight, by the end of today's box office numbers, and tomorrow Wednesday's box office numbers, it will probably defeat Toy Story 3 probably tonight or Wednesday. It could possibly pass tonight or Wednesday night. So I don't know, guys, but the movie just do that. So 100%, I think it will pass Toy Story 3 by the half of this week, by like the end of the half of the fifth weekend, the fifth whole week of the Mario movie. So yeah. So after Toy Story 3, to make it at the number 7 spot, you got Toy Story 4, which Toy Story 4 is right now at $1,073 million. Wait. Okay, $1,073 million. So for Toy Story 4, the only way for the Super Mario Bros. Movie to pass, let's just say that I think if the movie passes Toy Story 3 with, I don't know, like 1,067 to 1,068 million dollars by the end of tonight, and by the end of today, Tuesday, which is today, and Wednesday, numbers, they will pass down. But there might be a possibility. If it passes $1,068 million, I think possibility by the end of Thursday's box office numbers, probably by the end of Wednesday's box office numbers and Thursday's box office numbers, we could probably see the Super Mario Bros. Movie passes Toy Story 4 before the fifth weekend happens. The fifth weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the 5th, the 6th, and the 7th will happen. So yeah. So it will by far defeat Toy Story 4 by like close to the end of the week, but it will make pretty big. So yeah. And if it does that, then the Super Mario Bros. Movie made it at the number 6 spot. The next film is Minions, which Minions has a pretty high number at $1,159 million. Let me check and see if that is official. Yep, that's official. So, Minions. What do I think about Minions? How it took the number 5 spot? I could see it if it does pretty big in Japan. That is okay. If the movie does pretty good in Japan, if the movie does pretty good in Japan, United States, and all of that, and has a pretty big box office weekend, the fifth weekend, if the Super Mario Bros. Movie can make like around over $30 million on its fifth weekend, because you have to remember that Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 comes out on Friday. You guys have to remember that Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 comes out by this weekend. And that movie is going to do pretty high. That movie is going to probably do like very high on its first weekend, which comes out on Friday. But I think the Super Mario Bros. Movie can make like an extra high number, like another extra 100 million, like over another extra 100 million, like I'm going to say probably. Okay. I'm just saying, all the Super Mario Bros. Movie needs to hit is $80 million, like over $80 million. Then it will pass Minions, which absolutely I think the film would make like over 100 million. I'm gonna say like 120 to 130 million. 100%. That's my prediction. I've been thinking that's probably what I think is gonna probably happen with the Super Mario Bros. Movie. Is if the movie could pass. If the movie on Thursday could pass $1,073 75 over $1,075,000,000, like $1,075,000,000, and it makes like, I don't know, like $150 million. That pretty much means that the movie would be making if you think about it, if it makes another extra $150 million by the end of this weekend, which I don't think it will, I think it will probably pass 130. So if it passes $130 million, that means that the movie is at. That means the movie is at $1.2 billion. So the movie will probably pass $1.2 billion by the end of it. It will pass Minions, the first Minions, by like 41 million more than the movie. And that means by the end of this weekend, the movie could by far pass the number 5 spot. It would be the top 5 highest grossest animated films ever made. And if it could pass $1.2 billion by its 5th weekend, that would be amazing. But I will let you guys know if it does pass $1.2 billion when the 9th happens. Because the next one is on May 9th. But yeah. So if it does pass Minions, The Rise of Gru, if it passes Minions, which, why does it Minions, The Rise of Gru? Because Minions, The Rise of Gru didn't make that much money. But yeah. But if it could pass the original Minions on its 5th weekend, 100% it will. So yeah. And it makes it at the number 5 spot. Okay. Number 4 is Incredibles 2 with 1,200,000,000. Okay, I'm gonna say 1,243,000,000. 1,042,000,000. Yeah. $1,243,000,000. So, what do I think about The Incredibles 2? Well, I think there might be a possibility that it might. Maybe I think it might pass it on May 8th or May 9th. Question mark. If the movie passes $1.2 billion, then that might be a possibility. I think there might be a possibility it can make an extra 30, like an extra. If it can keep on making $20 million every weekday, then that could be pretty cool. I'm gonna say the movie. I'm gonna say it would pass Incredibles 2 by. Excuse me. I'm gonna say Monday. I'm gonna say the May 8th numbers and May 9th numbers would be combined together. Then the Mario movie would pass Incredibles 2. So it's gonna take 2 days to pass the Incredibles 2 after that weekend, but it could be pretty big. And I think absolutely it will 100% defeat Incredibles 2. Absolutely. If it still does pretty high, absolutely. So yeah. So that would make the Super Mario Bros. Movie at the number 4 spot as the best animated films of our time. Well, that's a lot. I need to breathe. I got to calm myself down just a bit because I'm out of breath. But yeah. But the next one after The Incredibles 2 at the number 3 spot is Frozen, the original Frozen. Which absolutely, if the movie does pretty high, I'm going to say that Frozen, it would pass Frozen 3 by Wednesday numbers, Thursday numbers, and the 6th weekend. I think there might be a possibility by the rest of the weekend, it would by far pass $1.3 billion. I'm going to say it's going to probably pass like over, I'm going to say like maybe 1,310,000,000 or 320 million. Around that number. So I'm going to say 1.32 billion. So 1.32 billion. 1.32 billion. So 1.32 billion might be the biggest possibility that I think is going to probably do. So do I think it's going to possibly pass that number? Absolutely. I think that might be a big possibility that it could pass that. And if it passed that number, then the movie is officially at the number 3 spot. It's actually in the top 3 favorite movies, best movies ever. Excuse me. So yeah. So what does that mean for a box office? What does that mean for if it does pass? So if it's on its third, sixth weekend and it passes 1.32, so $1,320,000,000 around that time. That means that the movie has officially passes the number 18 spot. If it does pass $1,320,000,000 around that high spot, the movie will officially passes Jurassic World 2 Fallen Kingdom. It will pass Frozen, Beauty and the Beast, Incredibles 2, The Fate of the Furious, Iron Man 3. It will pass a ton of films. And by the end of the 6th weekend, I could possibly see it passes Jurassic World 2. Do I think it's going to? Absolutely. So, yeah. Oh, this is, yeah. So that right there is the number 4 spot, the number 3 spot. Okay. The next film is Frozen 2, which is at the number 2 spot. Look at that big box office number. It's right. So Frozen 2 is right now at. If I look at Frozen 2 closely. Okay, officially that's not the big number. So the final box office number that I saw on Wikipedia was. This is not the official number of Frozen 2. This is not the official number for Frozen 2. This is not the final number for Frozen 2, but Frozen 2 officially is at $1,453,000,000. Now, if the film was, if I said that the film was at $132 million, like $1,320,000,000, like over $320 million. Do you know what that means? Let's go to Kakura, shall we? I have the Mario movie background, but yeah. Let's go to my Kakura, shall we? So you have $453 million, right? You have $453 million, right? Right. So minus, I'm gonna say 332. That means that the movie has to make $131 million, around over $130 million to pass Frozen 2. So that category means that okay, that is a possibility. I'm gonna say that it will absolutely beat Frozen, the original Frozen. But do I think it would pass Frozen 2? Like for me, absolutely not. I just don't. Okay, I'm gonna say 50-50. The Mario movie could pass Frozen 2. I have to say this in the last 3 videos that it could possibly beat it. Because the movie right now at $1,046,000,000, $1.046 billion, and it's about to pass $1.1 billion. Well, not really, but it's going to pretty soon. I don't know if it could pass Frozen 2. The only way for me to see it pass Frozen 2 is if the 7th and the 8th weekend does pretty big. I'm just saying, if it could pass that big amount of money, I'm just saying that the Mario movie, yeah, I think it could possibly. Because I have heard a rumor going around saying that the Mario movie would be streaming on digital sites like Prime Video by next Tuesday. which I don't think that's going to possibly be that. My prediction is I predicted that it will be streaming on digital and on Peacock TV and of course on Peacock on June 13th, which is on a Tuesday, which is on June 13th, which that's like a couple of weeks away. And that could give the Mario movie that would give the Mario movie 10 weeks to make a lot of money. I think the Mario movie should stay in theaters for 10 weeks. That's my prediction. And on its 7th, for me, if it can pass, for me, in my opinion, I'm just saying that but Frozen 2, I'm just saying that the only way for the Mario movie to pass, the Mario movie could pass Frozen 2 is if it makes a lot of money on the. Now, I could see it possibly passing it on its 7th weekend, but I'm not going to say that. I'm going to say the Horror Tower 6th weekend, and the 7th weekend, and the Horror Tower 7th week, and the 8th weekend. Those are the only 2 weeks that I could see the Mario movie passing Frozen 2. If it still does pretty high, like $70 to $60 million, if it still does pretty high, I could possibly see it passing that. Absolutely. But it's never going to pass. In my opinion, 100%, it's never going to pass the Lion King remake. 100%, it was still, what is okay? It will stay, the movie is going to stay at the number 2 spot. My final prediction is, what I'm really hoping that the Mario movie can pass, is my prediction. My prediction is the final box office number that I feel like, so after Frozen 2, it would be the number 13 spot if it passed Frozen 2. But the only films that I could only see the Mario movie passing is there's 3 movies here. Of course, there's 3 movies here that I could only see it passing. The first one being Top Gun Maverick. If the Mario movie does pretty high, and it defeats Frozen 2 with like 1.46 million, like $1,460,000,000. If it does pass Frozen 2 on its 8th weekend, and it's a pretty high number, the only thing that the movie needs to make is $40 million, which absolutely I think it will beat it. So 100%, I think the Mario movie will 100% pass. Yeah, absolutely, I think 100% the Mario movie is going to pass Top Gun Maverick. If the movie still have high needs, it could possibly pass Top Gun Maverick. But if the Mario movie pass Top Gun Maverick, that will be a possibility, because I love Top Gun Maverick. That by far was my favorite film of last year. Top Gun Maverick was my favorite film. But I think absolutely it would probably pass Top Gun Maverick. If it can make $1,495,000,000, absolutely it would make the number 12 spot. And then the next film that the Mario movie has to pass after Top Gun Maverick is Fast and Furious 7. Furious 7. Or you can say Fast 7. Yeah, Furious 7. Let's just talk about this for just a moment, okay? The only way for the Mario movie to pass Fast 7 is if it does pretty good on its 10th weekend, which absolutely, I think absolutely is still going to do pretty big on its 10th weekend. I'm going to say that. In my own time honesty, in my opinion, I think it will absolutely be that big number. But yeah. But here's the problem. After Furious 7, the Mario movie might be out of theaters, but the Mario movie will already be streaming already by that time. And at its 10th weekend, let's see here. Let's count all the weekends together, shall we? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Let me count down. 1, 2, so 1, 2, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So the movie could probably end up its big box office run on its 11th weekend, which I'm going to say the 10th weekend, it will pass Fast and Furious 7. Absolutely. I think it pass. Wait. In my opinion, if it does pretty high, I could probably see it passing the first Avengers. The first Avengers. Because it's a $5 million a pound. If it does pretty good on its 10th weekend, then absolutely, I bet the movie could be making to the top 10. And if the movie could pass, if the movie could pass over $1.52 billion, I'm gonna say in my opinion, by the end of its 10th weekend, I'm gonna say the movie is gonna pass 1.522 billion. 1.522 billion dollars. And there's not gonna be any film that could pass the Mario movie. Well, unless you say that with the K Dynasty and Secret Wars, which I think Secret Wars will make $2 billion, absolutely. Just like Avatar: The Way of Water, absolutely. And if the Mario movie does pass the first Avengers and make it in the top 10 highest grossing movies all time, I'm just gonna say it. That is okay. I'm just gonna say it, okay? I'm just gonna say it, okay? That's okay. I'm just gonna say it. If the Mario movie could pass the first Avengers, then by far, the movie would be a super successful movie. Even that would be half of $2 billion. And that would be the highest grossing movie ever. Do you think it's going to pass $1.5 billion? I'm going to say 50-50 because if the movie is right now about to pass $1.05 billion, then the movie has to make, if Nintendo does that, the movie has to make another extra $460 to $470 million, which I still think it is possible. If it still does pretty high in the United States, right now on its sixth weekend, my prediction is it could possibly pass $35 to $36 million. That's my prediction. But I'm not saying it's going to pass that big number. I'm not going to say it. But that's my prediction. It will hit over $30 million. If it can make $30 million on its sixth weekend, if it can make like $35 million on its sixth weekend, $30 million on its seventh weekend, 25 on its eighth weekend, 20 on its ninth weekend, and 15 on its 20th, on its 11th weekend. I'm just saying, if the Mario movie could still do very, very high, I'm just gonna say, the Mario movie is a beast to defeat. You can't destroy the Mario movie. That movie is the cream of the cream of the crop, which I have no idea what that word really means, but the cream of the top, whatever how people says that. I don't know how people says that, but yeah, the cream of the crop. It's like the Mario movie is like the cherry on top of an ice cream. It's like the cherry on top. It's impossible. And of course, Nintendo is gonna make more Mario movies. So if Nintendo makes if the movie makes over that amount of money, we could possibly see the Mario movie 2 as soon as less than probably we could possibly see the Mario movie 2 in 2025 if the Mario movie does make that high. Which it is the very first billion-dollar movie ever since Frozen 2. And that was literally kind of 3.5 years ago. Yeah, 3.5 years ago. Yeah, 3.5 years ago. Do you know how big that is? With Frozen 2 being the last animated film to make $1 billion? It's weird to say it. Yeah. I would love it if the Mario movie passes Top Gun Maverick. Top Gun Maverick. I would love to see that happening. But if Nintendo gives us more advertisement and a lot more ads, a lot more merchandise to give to the people, to force people to go watch it, then maybe it could make a lot more money. And my prediction is it would probably stream on Peacock and stream. Now, it's not going to stream on Netflix. I was thinking it will. But if it could stream on Netflix right after its theater run, absolutely not. Because look at those two other films. Look at these other two films. Minions: The Rise of Gru. Minions, of course, Minions: The Rise of Gru. After its box office run, afterwards it was released on July 1st. Minions: The Rise of Gru was released on July 1st. And that film got on Peacock in September. So what does that mean? And it got on Netflix in January. So for Peacock, it takes 4 months to be on Peacock. So yeah. And it got on Netflix at that time. But yeah. Absolutely, which I'm like, what? What the heck? I'm like, what? That's a hilarious movie that ever made, ever. I'm like, oh my goodness. And Minions: The Rise of Gru hasn't even made $1 billion. I'm like, how? How can you make a very good, I love Minions: The Rise of Gru. That was one of my favorite animated films of last year. That movie was amazing. Now, do I think it's perfect? I'm going to say mostly perfect. Closely perfect. I'm going to say close to being perfect. Now, it's an amazing movie. It's in my top 5 favorite Illumination movies ever. But for me, it's a fantastic movie. So yeah. That movie was awesome. I'm going to say. So, yeah. Another movie that released last year was another fantastic animated film, which it was animated / stop motion. And that is Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. Which, Puss in Boots, like this, okay? Puss in Boots: The Last Wish came out last year. Which the box office for that film didn't do too high. It made, I think if I remember, how much did the movie make? Now it wasn't in the top 5, so yeah. So let's look at the movie only made 442.5 million. So, yeah, and that film was released in theaters December of last year. But guess what? March, in March, Puss in Boots 2 was released on Peacock. So if you think about it, if Netflix got Minions the Rising Gru 4 months after, like 4 months, like okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go here, and I'm gonna go to IMDb. I can't spell. And I'm gonna just stick with this one right. There. Okay, I'm gonna keep it like that. Okay, I'm gonna keep it like that. But yeah, but if you think about it, okay, Puss in Boots 2 will probably be premiered on Netflix. I'm gonna say probably. Okay, I figured it out. Puss in Boots 2 will be premiered on Netflix in July. So July of this year, Puss in Boots 2 will be on Netflix. So what does this leave to the Mario movie? What does this leave to the Mario movie? Well, if you think about the Mario movie, I think the Mario movie will be premiering somewhere in the middle of June. Somewhere around that time, the Mario movie will be on streaming sites. It will be in streaming. Peacock, I can say it's going to be on Peacock in June. And then probably 4 months after that, we are probably not going to be seeing the Mario movie on Netflix probably until September or October. So I'm gonna say September. And yeah, because I have heard that the Mario movie will be on DVD somewhere in the beginning of July. Which I'm getting that 4K edition. I am gonna get that 4K steelbook. Or it's a steelbook. I don't really know what it's. I think it's called steelbook. I don't think it's steelbook. I don't really know what it's called, but there's a Best Buy exclusive. There was a Best Buy exclusive, which I'm trying to say that word, but I just have a problem with saying these type of words. Best Buy exclusive. Wait, I can't say it. You guys know what I'm trying to say, right? You guys know what I'm trying to say. Best Buy has their own version of exclusive movie. I'm just excited to see what the Mario movie has in store going forward in 2023. But my prediction is, I'm just predicting that the Mario movie will probably pass the first Avengers. If it does pretty big in the United States, and it does pretty big in the other regions, I think Japan is also going to do pretty big as well. I think Japan is going to be doing pretty big. If Japan does do very big in the next 4 weeks, if Japan does very good, because there's only 4 weeks, we only have 4 weeks for this movie to pass a lot of big box office records. I would say on its 10th weekend, it would pass Fast and Furious 7 and Top Gun, Avengers, Fast and Furious 7 and the first Avengers. It would just be in the top 10. For me, my final prediction, for box office, for me, I'm going to say the movie is only going to be in it up, in my opinion, close to $1.6 billion. But my prediction is $1,570 to $75 million. That's my final prediction. Now, I could see the movie being, now, another prediction is it could go down short. My only high and final box office numbers is $1,550 million. So 1.550, 1.55 billion. So 1.50 billion. So that's my prediction of 1.50. So the 50 million, 50 was meant to be 550. So 1.55. So 1.55 billion. 1.550 billion. I can't speak about, I can't really speak about, guys. I probably had to end up the video here because my throat is dry right now, and I didn't bring myself a bottle of water out here. I recorded outside, and it's right now. I'll be right back, guys. Apologies, guys. Sorry about the whole entire video you saw on the screen. I'm sorry about that, guys. I did have the phone in my pocket, and I have it on the mode that you cannot. I have it on the mode that you can't move it, like you can't really move it. No, that I have it in the mode you can just go this way, or backwards, just like that. So yeah. So I was just saying, it's right now 6:31 in the morning. It's 6:31, and I have been recording. I think I have been recording for like 40 minutes already. Let me go check. Yeah, I've been recording for 45 minutes already. Okay, I gotta leave right now, guys. I don't want this video to be 1 hour long. So, yeah. So I hope you guys do enjoy this Mario movie box office video, and leave it down below. Tell me, guys, are you happy that the Mario movie made $1 billion? Guys, the Mario movie was the very first $1 billion movie in like 4 years. There hasn't been any animated films like I said, Minions: The Rise of Gru was so close to make $1 billion, but it didn't. It was luck. It wasn't lucky. Maybe if it got a re-release in theaters, maybe it might. I have no idea. But for me. But what are you guys hoping for? Tell me, guys, what are you hoping that the Mario movie could pasta? I'm gonna make a poll on YouTube talking about this. Yeah, I would make a poll talking about this. I would talk about a poll about this later, probably tomorrow on Wednesday, talking about that. I'm gonna give you guys a poll that tell you guys how much money do you think the Mario movie is gonna make. My prediction is it will make over $1.5 billion. I think it will defeat the first Avengers by far. If it can defeat the first Avengers, the movie is officially number 10, and it makes it on the top 10 best movies ever. It's right under The Lion King remake, Jurassic World, Spider-Man: No Way Home, Avengers: Infinity War, Star Wars: The Force Awakens, Titanic, Avatar: The Way of Water, Avengers: Endgame, and the first Avatar. So, if it can make it in the top 10 highest grossest movies ever, hands down, if Nintendo passes this goal, if Nintendo passes this number, if Nintendo passes this box office number, then Nintendo will absolutely make more movies. Like, I would love to see a Donkey Kong movie. I would love to see a Legend of Zelda movie. I would love to see a Luigi's Mansion movie. I would love to see a Yoshi's Island movie. A Yoshi movie. I would love to see a Metroid movie. A Super Smash Bros. Movie. Unless Sonic and Sega can make a deal, we can have this, they can use the same Sonic from the Sonic movies to be a part of the Sonic movies to make a Sonic animated film. That could be pretty awesome. But the problem about that is Sega and Nintendo needs to make a deal, which means Universal and Paramount need to make a deal about this. But if Sega and Nintendo does work together, we could see a Sonic the Hedgehog movie called Sonic the Hedgehog the movie. Sonic the Hedgehog movie. Oh, they can't really call it Sonic the Hedgehog now. I don't think they're gonna call it Sonic the Hedgehog because that title already has been used for Paramount. But why not the Sonic movie? They can't use that. Sonic the Hedgehog movie. Just movie. Just the Sonic the Hedgehog movie. Yeah, the Sonic the Hedgehog movie. You bring back the main voice actor, and then you have a totally different film. You have the same actor, the same design what Paramount uses for the Sonic movie, the same Sonic design, and you can use that design. Maybe Illumination could tweak it, could crank it up a bit and make it like the same Sonic design, but make it a little bit more animated. Like make it a bit more animated, and you can have an animated Sonic film. Because if you guys don't know, Sonic is in Super Smash Bros. So how are you gonna do this? How are you gonna introduce Sonic into the Super Smash Bros. Movie if you don't have Sonic bought by Nintendo and Sega is not working for Illumination? So there has to be a big deal with Nintendo and Sega about this one. They need to make a deal. Sega and Nintendo needs to make a deal of having Sonic in the Nintendo universe to make a Nintendo movie. Now, of course, Sonic is not Nintendo. Sonic is Sega. Now, we have saw that there is some Sega games that was meant for Nintendo, like the Sonic Advance games. They have been on there. So, yeah. So, I will give you guys a poll maybe later tonight or tomorrow, something like that. Tell you guys how much money do you think the Mario movie is going to end up with. Again, I said to you guys before, it will pass $1.5 billion. That's my final prediction, okay? My final prediction, hands down, I think it will pass over $1.5 billion. But I want to hear from you guys. Do you think the Mario movie will pass that number? Again, let me know down below in the comments, and I will probably try and I will try and read every of you guys' comments as I can throughout this video, but I hope you guys are still here. I hope you guys are still here in this video, but yeah. All this stuff, so yeah. So I hope you guys do enjoy this box office video. If you guys have, hit the like button down below. Let's try to get this video to 5 likes. If you could do that, that would be amazing. If you guys could do that. Also, if this is your first time here, then click that subscribe button down below. I'm trying to get this channel to 5,000 subscribers, so I'm on the road to 5,000. So if you guys can help me out, that would be amazing. Right now, I just passed 2,050 subscribers, so that's good. But yeah. So if you guys can help me out, that would be amazing. Oh, excuse me. Also, go down below and hit that notification bell to stay to date, to never miss when I upload a video, to stay to date when I upload videos for you guys, because we're going to be doing a Mario box office video every Tuesday until the Mario movie is doing not that much, okay? I will give you guys the highest box office numbers. And yeah, guys, the next one will be on May 9th, so stay tuned. So yeah. Also, share this video with your friends and your family. Yeah. Also, make sure you guys go down below and go check out and go subscribe to my 2 other channels. I need your help on my secondary channel slash my gaming channel. I'm trying to get my gaming channel to 500 subscribers I'm trying to get my gaming channel to 500 subscribers by the end of July. So if you guys can go down below and go check out that channel and go subscribe to it. Right now, that channel is almost close at 250 million. What? 250 million subscribers? Thank you so much, guys. No. I mean, 250 subscribers. That channel is almost close at 250 subscribers. So if I could pass 500 subscribers by the end of July, that would be amazing. And that would really, 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 really help my channel in that. So, yeah. Also, make sure you go down below and go subscribe to my Christian channel. I just recently did a VeggieTales review on that channel. It's been a while for me. It's been a while that like it's been a long time since I did a VeggieTales review. So if you love VeggieTales, go check out my Christian channel. It is a long 36-minute review. So go check out that channel if you guys haven't yet. I need your help on that channel. I'm trying to get my Christian channel to 500 subscribers by the end of May. By the end of June, I mean. By the end of June. So if you guys could go down below and go subscribe to my Christian channel, that would be amazing. I think that channel is over around 347. Let me go check. Let me go check. Let me go check. Let me go check. Okay, right now it's at 338 subscribers right now. While my secondary channel, which is of course the yeah guys, the Brighton family, that is my family account. But yeah, but don't really worry about that, guys. Please don't really go to that channel. Please don't do that. It's my it's private, and don't go to it. But yeah, but these two right here, the first two right here, the other channels, these other two channels right here are my main channels right now. Like I said before, my secondary channel, which is my gaming channel, which I'm going to be changing the name pretty soon, is right now about to hit 250 subscribers. While my Christian channel is at 338 subscribers. And it's about to pass, and of course, it's about to pass, it's about to pass 340 subscribers. It's about to pass 340 subscribers, probably by the end of the week, probably somewhere around there. So yeah, so go subscribe to those two channels if you haven't yet. So yeah, guys. So yeah, stay tuned, guys, because the next one will be on May 9th. Don't forget to go down below, click that subscribe button to join the Ninja Squad and stick around. No, the Ninja Nation Army, and stick around. Go check out more of my other videos, and I will see my Mario fans next time. Peace.